The Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney, gave a brilliant visionary speech, a statesman speech this week at Davos. A number of phrases struck me, but one in particular, the one where he says, if we're not at the table or on the menu, and he's talking to the members of the Davos audience, leaders around the world, and he said, if we're not at the table, we're on the menu. And I was reminded of the 1884 Berlin European Powers Conference, where it was called to divide up Africa, where they divided it amongst themselves, and they created the basis of the Africa many of us know today, with Britain, France, Italy, Belgium, the great powers that they divided it up. Now, that looked very different from how it might have looked at the same time. It's a painting drawing by a Swedish artist, Nikolai Sion, where if it was based on the languages and tribes, it would look like this. Nevertheless, we get this political map of Africa, which we're so familiar with today. But if you look very carefully there, you look at Belgium. I want to point out something in Belgium. See, Belgium was given a seaport, literally given a seaport. All the other powers gave themselves good sea fronts, so they had good access to the sea. But Belgium didn't get it. So Belgium made its way, sorted out a little route for itself, and they gave them one. And here we have Leopold cutting Congo up to suit him with the support of the great powers of the day, Germany and Great Britain. But King Leopold was notorious. He cut off people's hands if they didn't meet the rubber quota. A dreadful, dreadful man. But that phrase, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu, is with us today as Trump tries to trap up the world between the so-called the great powers. Mark Carney gave us a different vision, what's possible, where the lesser powers can together be a force in their own right. They don't need to be under the cosh of these great powers. So, if we're not at the table, we're on the menu. Carney tells us that we need to do something. A great speech.